Welcome back. You may notice that we are awash in white flowers today, and that's because Phil's here to talk about moon gardens. And this is Phil Steinhauer, of course, from Designscapes Colorado. We had the huge supermoon very close to the Earth last week, and you're going to jump off that and tell us about moon gardens.
Yeah, moon gardens, really gardening and the moonlight has been associated since gardening started. Back in ancient times, moon gardens were very popular because they didn't have electricity. So they would plan these gardens where they could spend the evenings out in their garden and enjoy the spaces through the light of the moon.
So moon garden means it's reflecting the light of the moon.
Exactly. And then there's been a resurgence with moon gardens because of our busy schedules. When are you able, with everybody working, and most of the time we spend is in the evening. And so planting a moon garden off of your patio or doing a container like this is a great way to enjoy your flowers in the evening.
So everything you've brought here really is very reflective. The white flowers, even the foliage on some plants, even though they may have a colored flower.
Exactly. So you want to look at really bright colored flowers. You also want to look at foliage. And I think we've got some examples down here in front of this. This is a Dusty Miller, and it has this very soft foliage. You could also do lamb's ear or Artemisia. There's a lot of different things that have foliage. And then right next to it, I have a Variegated Ivy. So not only silver foliage, but variegated leaves. So really, there's not a rule. You just want things that are light colored, things that tend to shimmer, that will reflect the light. And so I thought we could maybe then look at having you plant one and show how easy it is to the viewers.
I'm going to dive right in.
Okay. This is an Artemisia, and this doesn't have to pertain necessarily to a pot either. You can do it, in the landscape, but you want to pick an open area. The nice thing about the one you're holding right here, this is an Nicotiana flowering tobacco, and it actually smells more fragrant at night than it does in the daytime. So it's attracting its pollinators in the evening like moths and bats.
So if you go into a garden and ask somebody to help you put together a moon garden, they're not going to look at you in a strange way,
no,
like you're a lunatic,
let's put
right?
our spiller in the front.
Oh, okay,
look
good
how
idea,
nice that
good
would
idea,
look.
yeah.
And you can see on the camera how bright this is. And then even this like chartreuse foliage of a sweet potato vine will really kind of liven up this area. And then maybe you need a little bit of height. What about your geranium in the back?
It's so big I didn't notice it. Here, let's put a geranium back here. Lovely. So back to what I was asking, Phil. They know it's a common term. People will know what a moon garden is when you go into the garden store.
Yes.
Okay.
And again, there's some shrubs, roses over here on the side. We've got an iceberg rose. I also have a mandevilla vine. So it's not limited to just the flowers. It can be also shrubs and other plants.
Good to know. Thank you, Phil. This is absolutely gorgeous. If you're inspired to do something like this, we'll put up the information or a link to Phil's website on thedenverchannel.com. I'll also post this segment on my Facebook and Twitter accounts. But right now, we're going to take a quick break.